What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another live episode of Lamplight City. Last episode, we ended up taking on a new case where we saw a family have their son kidnapped, and apparently they're both into cheating on each other, or lying to each other at least. One gambles and doesn't tell, the other one's sleeping with some other dude and doesn't tell. So, yeah, I don't know, things are getting a little weird on that side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let people come into chat. Once they're here, we'll start the game, and we'll get right back into it. I'll see you in a second. Alright, everybody, and here we are. This is right where we finished off last time. We were talking to Chester Lefay.
I shudder to think how many people's financial freedoms are locked away in that cabinet.
And we did inspect his jacket, I remember, because we had... I don't know. Purloined progeny. Infant son of the Harris Construction Company has been kidnapped. Who did it and where did they take the child? Find out what the SS is. Who or what the SS is. Find Roland the musician. Learn about Linda Walker at the Specter Society. Find out the significance of Arthur Devons's gift, which we did. So we're going to go outside and hit the map. I believe there's a couple locations we could still go. Yeah, we talked to Miss Davis. Construction yard we went to. The lighting office we went to. So I think the only thing we haven't done is the Specter Society. Nope, I haven't been here before.
Too dark to tell what's inside. They must enjoy the somber atmosphere.
Ooh. Dun 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 dun.
Yes? May I help you?
Sure you can. I'm Miles Fordham, and I wanted to ask you a few questions. I'm interested in joining the Spectre Society. Wrong house, never mind.
This is the Specter Society, right? I'm interested in joining.
Ah, yes it is. Welcome, darling. Our membership process is a bit different to most social clubs. We require a sponsor.
Sounds simple enough.
Well, you see, we ask that sponsors be people who have passed on into the spirit world.
Oh, dude, I got one.
Once you name your sponsor, I will attempt communication beyond the ether. When they answer, you will be judged and considered for membership.
Oh, hell yeah. What are you looking for in a sponsor?
What are you looking for in a sponsor?
A willingness to communicate from beyond the ether. Open-mindedness, a desire for truth. In other words, all the qualities of a member of the Specter Society. Actually, we've had former members who have passed on act as sponsors before.
No way. I've got one.
I've got a sponsor.
Excellent. What is the name of your sponsor, darling?
Oh, what the hell is his name? Bill Leger.
Bill Leger is my sponsor.
Seriously, Fordham? I thought you knew better than that.
Bill Leger. Very well. I will attempt to communicate with him.
She can do this all day. It's not gonna work.
I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble communicating. Perhaps you can come back and try again later.
See? Told you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
It's later. I'm back.
Oh, hello again. How may I help you?
Hello, ma'am. My name's Miles Fordham, and I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Are you with the police?
No, I'm a private investigator.
I'm terribly sorry, darling, but I simply don't have the time right now. Perhaps if you come back next week, I'll be able to answer your questions then.
I'd like to name a new sponsor.
Yes, of course. Who is your new sponsor?
I'd like my sponsor to be Denby Cantrell.
Very good. I will attempt to contact the spirit.
Denby Control, who the hell is that?
I'm sorry, but I'm happy.
Nah. Okay, fine.
I wonder if Philip's steam-powered carriages will ever make those things go out of fashion. I wouldn't like to have a street lamp right outside my window. Not without a good set of thick curtains, anyway.
Is there anywhere else we can go? Nope. Alright, well, let's get the hell out of here then. Went there. The construction yard we did. Let's go back to the coffee house and talk to our lady friend here for a sec. See, maybe she has some new leads or something for us.
talk?
Go on, I'm listening.
What's the other case you mentioned? The one you said was a higher priority.
Oh, yeah, I
Well,
forgot.
It seems we might have a mass murderer on our hands.
Oh,
You
damn.
don't say.
That's right. I didn't say because I shouldn't say. But so far, we've had 3 murders with a very similar MO in the past 2 months.
Oh, damn.
Snelling is trying his hardest to keep it under wraps since the newspapers already caught wind of the first 2.
Uh-oh.
I don't envy the department there. I'm happy to stick with the missing persons and domestic disputes. How's work going?
Hectic as usual. Crime in the city seems to be getting worse and worse every day.
I suppose that's the price of progress.
God help us if they ever actually discover that ethericity stuff then. Things between you and Adelaide getting any better?
I'm really not sure. They haven't gotten worse, but things haven't been the same between us since Bill died.
Well, you need to figure things out, or everything is just going to explode in your face one of these days.
Oh, I don't want
Thanks for
that.
the vote of confidence, Upton.
Yeah.
I'm merely speaking from experience. If I'd seen the warning signs of Harold sooner, it would have saved me quite the headache. At least your marriage seems like it's still worth saving.
Yeah. Okay, let's go over
Can we
the
go
case.
over my current case?
Of course. What have you got?
Yeah, the torn
Found
fabric.
this torn piece of fabric at the crime scene. It's got an emblem with some initials on it.
I recognize that emblem.
You do.
It's from Solomon Stitching, a little tailor shop in Lyon. My ex-husband had several jackets from there.
Sorry to dredge up old memories, but do you remember where they're located?
I believe it's on the corner of Bonneville Street and Surratt Avenue.
Fantastic. You're helpful as always, Upton.
Woohoo. The
I
button.
found this button at the crime scene. The child's nanny identified it as the eye of his stuffed bear.
Did you find the bear at the scene?
No, the kidnapper must have taken it as well.
Interesting.
Either the kidnapper is very compassionate, or it's someone who knew the child.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Specter Society?
I think so. They're some sort of ghost hunting club, aren't they?
A spiritualist group, yes.
Don't tell me this case has taken a turn for the supernatural.
Not exactly. It's just come up as a potential lead. I'm having some trouble getting in, though. They want me to name a sponsor who's dead.
Just when I thought I'd heard everything. Well, bluffing with some random name probably won't get you very far.
Nope.
You're right. It would make more sense to try finding a name that would mean something to them. I spoke with Henrietta
Okay.
Davis, the Harris family nanny.
A sensible place to start. What did she have to say?
She claims to have been unconscious when the kidnapping took place.
She must be an extremely heavy sleeper.
I don't believe so. The way she described it made it sound like she was drugged.
Interesting. Definitely worth looking into, I'd say.
That's enough about the case for now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm out of
That's
here.
it, I think.
Then you...
Yep, I'm getting back at it. Peace. So we have that place in Lyon to go to. Solomon Stitching. Oh, this lovely man.
Good day to you, sir. Welcome to Solomon Stitching. I'm Jonah Solomon. Please let me know if I can help you with anything.
Okay.
Quite the selection, but I doubt the typical clientele of this place buys off the rack. That coat is so dull. I always prefer the ones with a bit more color. My grandmother had one like that. I think it was meant to be relaxing, but it always felt like my time was running out. Now that it has, well, it actually is relaxing. Go figure.
What the hell was that? Maybe it was just that? I don't know.
That cloth will be a garment soon. A vest, by the looks of it. Or maybe I'm completely wrong, and it's a treasure map. This guy has been in business forever.
Yeah, it has.
Isaac Samuels, the prime minister who freed the slaves. They say even his enemies wept on the day he died. I sure hope I get to meet him someday. Impressive collection of pattern books. I wish I'd known about this guy when I was alive. I'd have asked him to make me a suit for my funeral. Judging from the position and the lock, this is likely where Mr. Solomon keeps his money.
Oh, we should rob him. Nice. I don't think there's anything else. Let's go talk to the old man.
Mr. Solomon?
Yes, sir. How may I be of service? Oh, let me guess. You're looking to replace that old coat. It looks like it's got quite a few stories it could tell me.
Whoa,
You should listen to the man, Miles. He clearly knows what he's talking about.
Not today, I'm afraid. There's still a few more stories it has left to tell. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
Questions? Very well, but if they aren't about tailoring, I don't know how much help I'll be.
What is the capital of Zimbabwe?
This is a nice shop you have. I never even knew it existed.
Well, better late than never, I always say. Life has a funny way of always taking us where we need to go in the end.
You're the killer.
Although I think it's easy to miss out on things from time to time.
Oh, of course. It's easy to overlook the details, but in the grand scheme of things, you'll end up where you need to be. And in this case, you ended up here. So, please, feel free to take a look around. Let me know if you find anything you like.
Okay.
I found this piece of torn fabric with your emblem on it. Can you tell me anything about it?
Yes. Brown, wool, houndstooth. This is from one of the more popular jackets I sell.
Oh, figures.
And here I thought my ability to name ales within 5 seconds of tasting them was good. This fella has me beat.
Do you have any of them in stock currently?
Well, sure. I've got one on the display dummy over there.
Hey,
Is
would
there
you
any
call
way
me?
You can tell me who you've sold them to.
Oh, I don't think so. I've sold at least 20 in the past month. As I said, it's a very popular style.
Damn it. Okay, what about the button?
Is there anything you can tell me about this button?
Looks like it's made of wood. Not very well crafted either. Definitely not from one of my products.
Whoa.
How did you get into this business, Mr. Solomon?
I was always good with a needle and thread. When I was a boy in Poland, I would help my mother with her sewing. Then, during the war with Russia, I fixed uniforms and stitched up wounds. Not long after that, I moved to Vespuccia, settled here in New Bretagne. My first shop was in the Chum, but thankfully, I was very successful and was able to move to Lyon. I won't lie to you, this location is much, much nicer. It's refreshing to not have to step over drunken hobos when I open and close the shop.
Oh, but that's part of the charm of owning a business in the Chum.
Not much else to say beyond that. My business is my life.
You seem very dedicated to your craft.
That's right. You won't see any of that newfangled steam-powered nonsense in here. Everything is done by hand and with care. I use only the finest quality materials and stitch every thread myself. And that's the way it's gonna stay as long as I'm around. It's worked for 45 years. There's no reason to change as far as I'm concerned.
I'll be taking my leave of you now, Mr. Solomon.
Very good.
Come to think of it, I have seen plenty of people wearing that design. No tears in this one, though.
Okay, so we might have to
That
go back
coat
to
is so
the,
dull.
what do you call it? The shipping yard. Yeah, we'll have to go back to the shipping yard and see if anybody else there happens to have on one of those brown tweed,
Don't these people have jobs they need to... He's busy with his protest. Don't these people... But the way that...
Todd Harris has no concern for the people who died aboard the line.
yeah. Shut up. Okay, maybe this guy has a few more.
I don't think he's gonna be a.
Nope. Fine, let's not go here. Let's talk to her, maybe. Oh,
Hello again,
wait.
Mr. Fordham. Did you hear? The Harrises got a note from the kidnapper.
No.
I didn't hear. When was this?
Oh, not long ago. Within the hour. You should go see them about it.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. I shall.
Thank you.
I'll be going now.
May the
May the spirits guide your path. Yeah, you should tell me who your sponsor is. Damn it. One sec.
I'll let you know if I have.
All right.
Damn it.
I'll be going.
Meep, nyop, neep, nyop, nop, nah. Now, let's go. Yeah, what the hell is this about a kidnap note thing?
Mr. Fordham, oh, thank God you're back.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Our butler just brought this in. He found it stuck to the gate outside.
Harris family, we have your son. If you ever want to see him again, you must stop building the new airship. We are not joking. Uh-oh.
I have some questions for you.
Yes, of course.
What is your opinion of this ransom note?
It's obvious who sent it, Mr. Fordham.
Who?
Why are you wasting your time here? Go arrest Mr. Devons!
Those are all the questions I had.
All right.
He gets so mad. Oh, okay, bye. Would you follow me into
I have
the
some questions for
boudoir?
you if you're up to answering them, Mrs. Harris.
I'll try my best, Mr. Fordham.
Okay, come into the bedroom and blow on this. Wait, what?
Did you read the ransom note?
No, Malcolm wouldn't let me. He said I was already too upset.
That's all for now, Mrs.
Very well.
Okay. Do we have clues? Where is this? Is your weekly reminder of how much I hate you because of you. See, his of and you is the same. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go back and pay a little visit to Numbnuts over there. So maybe this guy can help me out. But he was
Mr.
here the whole
Devons?
time.
Yes?
Mr. Devons, can you tell me about this note?
I've never seen that before in my life.
Bull.
Are you sure about that?
Absolutely. It's as I told you. I had nothing to do with that boy's kidnapping. I didn't even know he existed until you told me. Remember?
Yeah, well, that could be feeding me a
And
line.
that note conveniently showed up right after you had that conversation. Let him stew in his own lies. His unique way of spelling is all the evidence we need to tie him to the note.
Very well, Mr. Devons. Forget I asked. Good day to you, Mr. Devons.
You too, Mr. Fordham.
Okay. Well, I don't think this lady's going to be able to help me, but we're going to talk to her anyways, just to see if she has a little bit of information for us.
We haven't anything to discuss right now, Ford.
Okay, then I guess you're not going to help me, you piece of crap. Let's go back to the Specter Society, see if there's anything we could do. Can we break in? Oh, maybe we could look at the skull. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh,
Hi.
I'd like
yes,
my Mary Bl
very good.
And having problems. Okay, something is not right here.
I'll let you. Sit tight, Mrs. Nothing else.
Oh, well. No. One thing is for certain. Mr. Harris uses an...
Oh, baby.
How about that?
It matches the piece of torn fabric perfectly.
So, this means...
It could mean many things. The only thing that's certain is that a piece of this jacket ended up on the floor of the nursery.
Seems like something worth asking Mr. Harris about.
I'll say.
An empty suitcase. One thing is for... Yeah, it seems like this is where Mrs. Harris... Paperwork and receipt. More lace...
And I think that's it. Okay, Mr. Twinkle Toes. Get your butt in gear, buddy.
I have some questions for you, Mr. Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Mr. Harris, do you recall the torn piece of fabric I found in the nursery?
Yes, what about it?
It's from your
As it turns
jacket.
out, one of the jackets in your wardrobe has a tear exactly the same size and shape as this one. Would you care to tell me how that happened?
That can't be.
I'm afraid it is. So explain it.
Yeah.
I have no explanation.
Uh-oh.
The truth is, I haven't.
Are you suggesting someone else took your jacket and wore it when the child was taken?
I don't know. Perhaps someone is trying to make it look as though.
Uh-oh.
But that's absurd. Why would I kidnap my own son?
For
Why
money.
indeed, Mr. Harris?
You really think he kidnapped his own son, Miles? Seems more likely he was set up. But he also doesn't strike me as a terribly good parent. Maybe it would serve him right to be blamed for this. We've done our part. The police can handle the search for the missing baby.
Suspect.
Those are all the questions I have for
added.
now.
All right.
What would he have done, though? Like, why would that be a thing that he would
Sit tight, Mrs.
need to kidnap his own baby?
Look at that. Of course, that... Bears... Nice mobile. Custom made. Yeah, the kidnapper left the child's blanket behind. There doesn't appear to be any trace of the silver... The steam power, or in the case of my parents, over a back... Doesn't look very comfortable. Whoever's... Probably won't be... It looks rather flimsy. Look, you can see the balcony extend.
That would make it rather easy.
No evidence of what... Be careful not to cut yourself.
Weird. Okay, hang on. Who... See, he was in heavy debt with the gambler.
The Harris family certainly has a nice view from... I wonder if they use the... I'm sure...
I don't think there's anywhere else we can go here.
Oh. Fancy. Fancy.
No, there's nothing else here. Alright. I think we're just gonna leave. I doubt this guy has anything for me, but...
I think...
Dang, he doesn't have anything. I doubt this guy has anything, but...
I don't...
Okay. So I think we're pretty much done.
Hello again.
I'll let you know if I have...
All right.
I suppose... Another Harris... My mother had it... Seems like that... The Harris family... I think a bed of nails would be... These are all books on spiritualism and the occult. These are all pretty distinguished-looking gentlemen. Her Majesty... A boy take... Painting of a misty fall... Painting of a tower... This looks like a mourning portrait of a young... It's a spirit reaching out to a...
Nothing.
I'll be going now.
Meow, meow, meow. Damn it. We can't do anything there.
Hello, dearest. I have returned.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah. Laura Dupree, falsely reported dead, protested airship. Prime Minister's re-election campaign intensifies, sabotage blamed for brewery. I don't know, maybe she can help me.
What do you need, dear?
I'd forgotten how good you are at écarté. You absolutely destroyed me the other night.
As I recall, you used to hold your own pretty well.
We should have another match soon. That way I can hone my skills.
Yes, we should. As long as you can concentrate, I'm sure you'll get as good as you used to be.
Yeah.
You weren't kidding about business picking up. You're averaging what, about 3 appointments per day?
More like 5. I told you, debutante ball season's busy.
Doesn't it get tiresome?
Not really. You'd be surprised at the sort of gossip I hear from my clients.
Oh.
I don't know what it is, but they just open up to me and tell me all kinds of personal things.
Wonder if they
You
tell you
sure
anything
you don't
about
want
my
me to
case.
give you a trim?
I'm fine for now, dear. Thank you.
Oh man, I really wanted a haircut.
Addie, did you ever work with or meet a musician in Gascon named Roland?
Roland?
Yes, a piano player.
Oh, of course. That's gotta be Roland Devereaux.
That's the missing
Yes,
piece
I
of the
know
puzzle,
him.
people.
I'd just as soon never hear the name again, if I'm being honest.
Uh-oh.
That bad, huh?
He's just an arrogant little twerp, completely full of himself, thinks he's God's gift to music.
Yeah,
He
probably
really
not.
isn't very good. Misses notes like you wouldn't believe. Used to throw me off the few times I sang with him.
Well, he's a person of interest in my current case. Any idea where I can find him?
Last I heard, he was playing a regular gig at the Crimson Cat, but that was a few years ago. If he's not
alright.
still there, they might know where he went.
Thanks, dear. That's incredibly helpful.
My pleasure.
Okay, Mrs. Delacroix.
I can't believe the nerve of that narrow-minded old cow.
Whoa.
Who, Mrs. Delacroix? She's actually one of my nicest clients.
I don't know how you can tolerate her. If I were you, I'd strike her off my list.
If I did that for every one of my clients who thought the same as her, I'd be out of a job. That's just the way it is.
Maybe so, but it doesn't make it any less infuriating.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a group called the Specter Society?
I think I had a client once who mentioned it. There's some kind of spiritualist group, right?
Yep.
So it would seem.
I don't really know anything else about them, sorry.
Alright, tell
How
me
are
about
things going
yourself.
with you?
I'm a bit worried about some rumors I've been hearing.
Uh-oh.
They're saying it won't be long before automated hairdressing devices are available to the public. Once that happens, it's going to be tough for me to keep getting jobs.
Automated hairdressing devices? How would those even work? Do they read your mind?
Doubtful. More than likely, they'll have some kind of settings or just give everyone the same type of hairstyle.
Oh, that's
I
fantastic.
wouldn't worry too much, Addie. You're the best hairdresser in town. I doubt people will place their trust in some contraption over you.
Yeah.
You underestimate my clientele, Miles. They're mostly all rich socialites whose hobbies are buying the most expensive and modern things just to outdo their peers. They'll be sending their servants to line up for days before the things are released.
Perhaps, but they'll come running back to you once the machines stop working. You'll see.
I certainly hope so.
I'll let you get back to your book.
Thanks, babe. I appreciate it. Now we can
I'll
take
see you
off
later, Addie.
I wish you'd let me fix your hair before you go out like that.
next
It'll
time.
be fine.
God, just get a haircut, dude. What the hell is wrong with you? The Crimson Cat. Ah, we got flappers.
Ah, the Crimson Cat. One of my favorite underground clubs. Ooh, I spent some wild nights here. Which reminds me, I wonder if Stefan is still working the bar these days.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Call me old-fashioned, but I've always felt the piano should be played by an actual human. These automated ones just don't have any soul. Looks like a view of Claremont Street with St. Denis Cathedral in the background.
Oh.
This place has been around for quite some time. That well-dressed feline is Red, the official mascot. Good old Bollingworth Ale. Unlike so many other things in life, it never lets you down. Well, not while you're drinking it anyway. The next morning is another story entirely. Attention customers. Use of Dr. Tennyson's figure pills while under the influence of alcohol may cause loss of consciousness. It's nice to see this establishment looking out for its patrons. Seagrave's Stasholine, high-quality mustache wax. You know, I always wondered what you'd look like with a mustache.
Probably pretty
Looks like
sexy.
they've got Bollingworth, Millhopper, and Brooklyn Lager. Not a bad set of beers. Quite the selection. It rivals even the Angel.
Oh.
Fine beer always served here. Good to know.
Alright, can we go? No. Young man. Okay, well, that's the only thing we can do now.
Excuse me, are you Roland Devereaux?
Who's asking?
Miles
Me.
Fordham, private investigator. I wanted to ask you some questions.
Sure, whatever you say.
Oh, you look like a pompous ass.
Are you acquainted with a woman named Miriam Harris?
Sure, acquainted. That's definitely a word you could use. But then, I'm also acquainted with about 20 other women in this borough alone.
You whore.
Fascinating. Could you tell me about Miriam, please?
Sure, that woman could talk the ear off a cornstalk.
Oh, she said you didn't talk much.
That's right, I don't. She talks plenty for the both of us. Always going on about how sick she is of the phony high society types, how glad she is to be with someone real. But hey, she's loaded. And she's pretty good in bed, so it's a nice little thing we got going on.
I bet.
So, I take it you're a musician?
A musician? Am I a musician? Man, you insult me. Ask anyone who hears me tickle those ivories. They'll all tell you. I'm doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
I am more than just a mere musician. I have a purpose on this earth, and that is to move people, to bring joy to their souls.
And this is after you've set the piano back to manual, right?
I don't expect a layman like yourself to understand, least of all a private eye.
Ooh.
Your job is exploiting people's misery. I don't know how you can even look at yourself.
I don't.
Oh, it's fairly easy. But then I expect you've never gone more than 5 minutes without looking at yourself.
Ooh.
Are you aware that Mrs. Harris's son was kidnapped last night?
What? Kidnapped?
Yes. Do you know anything about it?
No, not at all. I mean, I knew she had a son. She wouldn't shut up about him. Why would anyone take someone else's child voluntarily? Are people that desperate to have their own little brats?
I assume you're not a fan of children?
Let's just put it this way. I would rather have a hot poker shoved up my ass repeatedly than ever have to deal with a child.
Well, that's quite specific.
There is no way in hell I'm going to tie myself down and give up this great life of mine. If this lady's kid's been stolen, she'll probably leave her husband and want a replacement brat. I'm not gonna be that sucker, that's for sure. Thanks, friend. You've really opened my eyes. I think the time has come to exit stage left from Mrs. Harris's life.
You're a real piece of work, Roland.
Yeah, I know.
I think that's quite enough for me.
It's about time.
Achievement unlocked, egotistical. Yeah, you can lick my testicle. What? I'm going to call the episode right here, everybody. Thank you so very much for watching. Everybody on Twitch, hang up for a second, and I'll be right back. So I'll see you in a second. Everybody on YouTube, thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.